Still live.
We can't hear. Is the funky music playing?
I don't think it's playing. I don't think it's playing. What's going on, everybody? Welcome into the Losers Lounge.
Yeah.
We are presented by Bet365. Download the Bet365 app. Use code DNVR365. Deposit $10. Place bet for $5. Get $150 in bonus bets. And we're coming to you live from the Toyota Lounge.
Yeah.
The roomy, comfortable
dude.
Toyota Lounge.
Let's not put our stink on Toyota. This is the Toyota Lounge, and we're the losers in it.
Yes. Toyota, the official vehicle of DNVR Let's Go Places. Tough one for the Nuggets tonight. They fall 120-108 to the Los Angeles Lakers without Nikola, Jokic, Jamal Murray. But it was a 12-point loss, and we're here to break it all down for you. I'm Harrison Wynn, joined by Brendan Vogt.
I should have done the last show.
Yeah, that was
Last
awesome.
show was a lot of fun.
I did not get
that
this
was
right.
one of those shows where you end it and you're like, my God, that was so much fun.
Yep, not this one.
This
but
one
hey,
won't have the same.
We're gonna do a full show for you. We're gonna get through it together.
Also joined by D-Line.
That's right, guys. Put trash in here. Feed me more trash. What a day, guys. Woke up early, came to the office. I was like, what will tonight bring? A big plate of garbage.
And if you're wondering what that reference is, it's from the emoji of the game.
That's the emoji of the game. Nominated by one superstar dev. He hit it right on the head. We're all a bunch of garbage eaters, and we did it together.
That's the type of stuff we decide on during the watch along. And that's superstar dev over there.
I know you guys thought that was just a bad game for the Nuggets, but guess what? It was.
Yep, you're right.
It truly was.
You're right about that.
It wasn't just because it was March. It was just a bad game for the Nuggets.
120-108. It was ugly. Then Denver kind of got back into this thing, and it was ugly in the end. Let's... Actually, not ugly in the end. They mounted a valiant comeback late fourth quarter. I will tell you all about it in the fast recap. Let's get to that. First note tells the story of the game. Terrible start for Denver. That's my first note. The Lakers started 6-6 from the floor. They were hitting everything. Luka Doncic scored 20 points in the first quarter, and it didn't even take him the whole first quarter. He had that with like 3 minutes left in the period. But the Lakers, they were targeting MPJ every time down the floor in that switch. They got him on that a lot. Denver called a timeout like midway through the quarter, switched up their defense, started to double Luka. This was like after he had almost 20 points, forced the ball out of his hands. Nuggets played a little bit of good basketball in that first quarter, a little bit of a run, but it was a big Lakers close, 46-29 after the first quarter. 46 points for the Lakers after 12 minutes.
Yeah, bad.
Nuggets' second quarter did not start off much better. 4 turnovers on 4 straight possessions.
Man,
you guys remember that?
You're really living this one back.
I got a lot of notes in the fast recap.
Golly.
4 straight turnovers.
You're taking your time, aren't you?
Some good hustle plays by MPJ. I will say in that stretch right after that, though. A block, a couple steals, offensive rebound, and finish. It was a 12-0 Nuggets run in that second quarter. They made it a 14-point game. At halftime, 73-59. Nuggets actually won the second quarter 30-27. There's a bit of positive for you. Denver did get this thing down to 13 points at one point in the second half.
Stop the count.
This game did end, though. There was a crazy sequence. Austin Reeves got this crazy bounce on a three-pointer. You guys remember that?
Yes.
Off front rim, off back rim, and in. AG a couple missed threes back-to-back. All of a sudden, it was a 20-point game again. That was pretty much the case for most of the third quarter, beginning of the fourth quarter. Denver's bench did make this not really a game, but they made it a little exciting in the fourth. They got it back to 14, I think.
Pickett was going crazy a bit in the fourth.
Pickett hit a couple threes. It wasn't meant to be, though. The Spencer Jones-led Nuggets could not make the comeback, and Denver loses 120-108. Nuggets are 44-26 on the season. No Nikola Jokic, no Jamal Murray, both out of the lineup due to injury. Christian Brown did play, and he returned. We'll talk about his impact as well, but that was the game. Let's go to our Red Hawk Roofing big takeaways.
Actually, I don't know if you Red Hawk Roofing was in the building tonight. They withdrew their sponsorship from this game specifically.
They paid us again to not
They
say
were
that
live on the watch along. They were in the building.
This is the sponsorless big takeaways.
Superstar Dev.
My Red Hawk Roofing big takeaway in this one was I'm going to go with a positive.
Okay, I
I'm
like
going to
it.
go with a positive.
What?
We've got to see 2 straight games of something that we've been asking for, that we've been wanting all year long, and I think that that's one of the bright spots is Aaron Gordon is back.
Yeah.
He actually looks really good. He looks healthy. He looks spry. He looks very, very athletic and strong, and is using his force in the ways that you've been wanting him to for a while. The jump shot is pure. He went 5 of 9 from deep. 5 of 9 from deep. He's still knocking down free throws at an efficient, rate. But also, I just like the way that he's moving out there, where he's putting the team on his back, and he's showing that it's the physicality that still looks there. 30 minutes in this game. I'm excited to see that Aaron Gordon looks like himself.
Definitely, man. I mean, it's been interesting. No Jokic, no Murray these last 2 games. It's been the Aaron Gordon show. Like, it really has.
Truly.
Against the Warriors and tonight, top scorer for the Nuggets, and the 3-pointer, I mean, it still is pure. Dion.
I think I might zag a little bit. I don't know if anybody else noticed this.
Kaka.
Oh, my sponsorless big takeaway brought to you by Red Hawk Roofing. Kaka is. I'm so glad Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic didn't play tonight. Listen, tonight sucked in every way, except for that, in the larger picture, just think that, Jokic's impingement was healing a little bit all throughout the game. Jamal Murray's ankle was feeling a little bit better all throughout the game. Next time we see these guys on the court, I think it will have been 5 days since they, in between when they played last, and they'll play again. Yeah. At this stage in the season is invaluable. I mean, this game was a joke. Watching, Luka.
We watched it live on the internet for 3 hours.
Luka Doncic went insane.
That did happen.
First quarter.
I did
He
see
went
that.
insane. That. If Luka Doncic does that to your team, you're going to lose that game.
Yeah.
I mean, the Nuggets were not going to ever win this game, but I do love that they did that. They got a little mean, a little nasty, but it's good. Just bigger picture here. Jokic and Murray get a little bit healthier tonight, and we get that back on the court with Aaron Gordon. Look out.
I'm feeling it.
My guy. My guy. We're full up on trash. You've been eating it like crazy. Yeah. But you know what it was? It's the trash was delicious fries that were just thrown out.
There you go. Sounds like you're speaking from experience. Vogt?
My big takeaway is I think we still don't know how this matchup is different.
Yeah.
We know, Luka's there, so notice that tonight. But specifically, there was one game where the Lakers played their tails off and beat the heck out of Denver, and I would have really liked to see another game with both teams full strength. We didn't. That wasn't enough for me to say now the Lakers own this matchup. They certainly owned that game. The next 2, I think, were both March games. And I'll say this, and just to be clear, so it doesn't sound like I'm making excuses, I am including Denver's win against Golden State when I say, March basketball is doing its thing this year, man.
Yeah.
A lot of these games are weird. I don't know if you guys saw Mamu in the Spurs, set the NBA record tonight for most points scored in fewer than 20 minutes played in
March
a game.
basketball, baby.
He scored 21 points in the fourth quarter alone. Now, look, the Nuggets have their own set of issues that are all valid and worth discussing about, have been talked about all year. I am not trying to sweep any of them under the rug. This March basketball stuff, I don't know how informative it is. So
it's probably a little less informative without Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray too.
It seems that way. So look, I'm not saying that this was secretly a good thing in any way, shape, or form. But I think we still don't know what this matchup has turned into. And so I'm just gonna say that these 3 games haven't necessarily scared me about this matchup. For me, it's still a question mark.
Yeah. I think it's a good takeaway. I want to go back to Aaron Gordon for my Red Hawk Roofing big takeaway because
do it.
I'm with you guys. Like, there's not a ton to really digest and hold on to from this game. But I think one of the things is Aaron Gordon and how, in back-to-back games without Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray, it has been the Aaron Gordon show. 38 points against the Warriors, 26 points against the Lakers. And like you were saying, Vogt, I mean, there's a lot of fake things about March basketball, and you just look across the NBA tonight. There's some weird scores. But, I mean, no Jokic, no Murray. I mean, I think if this was a playoff game, they'd be playing. If this was a really important game, they probably could play. But I do think, like, Aaron Gordon doing this in back-to-back games is pretty real.
It's incredibly real.
And he's been the missing link all season. I do think the number one reason why the Nuggets defense has looked as awful as it's looked all year is because Aaron Gordon, the glue of the Nuggets defense, has not been there. Like, he has just not been there this season. He has not been Aaron Gordon, in and out of the lineup due to injury, etc. He's not been himself. There are a lot of other reasons, but I think that is the first one. And what he's been able to do offensively here with the three-point shot, especially over these last two games. I mean, he had the 7-10 from three against Phoenix earlier this month, but 4-6 from three against Golden State, 5-9 from three tonight. It's a big number of attempts, and he's still hitting, at that like 40% plus efficiency. So what he's doing on offense, like if you're the Nuggets, you got to be really encouraged by that.
Yes.
And just what the rest of his season and his playoffs could look like. He had a really interesting quote after that Warriors game. I don't know if you guys caught it, but he said, I think Katie asked him, why'd you play tonight? Because Jokic was out, because Murray was out. And he said, look, like my body feels as good as it's felt since that Milwaukee game, he said. And that Milwaukee game was, quite a long time ago. It was back in February. It was almost a month ago. So his body feels good right now. He's feeling healthier. It's probably the healthiest he's felt all season. And I think you're seeing the proof in the box score. So I think what Aaron Gordon's done over these last two games is a massive positive. Absolutely massive.
Oh, my God. It really can't be overstated. And truly, this is, we could say this 8 million times. It's true every time we say it. Like, the Nuggets have not been themselves all year long. Like, we really do have to look to see how many games they had their full complement of players outside of the first game. And also then take into account Jamal Murray wasn't himself for the first stint that Aaron Gordon was in. Like, Jamal Murray did not return to the Nuggets till late in the year, even though he was playing the whole time. But I just want to see all these guys back together, all the boys hooping together, see what it looks like. I certainly am not willing to write our fellas off until I see that. But it's been a while since we have.
Yeah. How encouraged are you by AG's offense here these last couple games?
The shooting, definitely, because I still think teams might try to leave him open.
Yeah, probably.
And
they're going to make him hit it in the playoffs, absolutely.
I know,
I would like to feel great about his corner shooting. By the way, to this point, Aaron Gordon, elite corner shooter in the league. Yeah. I mean, just shooting in general right now, lower volume than the other guys with the best percentages, but particularly in the corners, he's been absolutely money. That way, I do care about the offense. I think in that way he makes it harder for the Jokic rules. A nice release guy as well, a dunker spot option. But ultimately, I don't think it's about needing Aaron Gordon to score 20 points, man. Like, if he's there to help them play defense in the playoffs, I'll take it. Yeah. I think this team can score. And so for me with Gordon, I'm most encouraged by the corner shooting. And what I would like to see, in the first round, if he were healthy, would be the defense.
Yeah, I think it's a true silver lining that he's able to get the ball as much as he is right now, because you know what you're getting from him. He's now starting to add more to his game this year. Like, it was just only jumpers, or it was just only assists, and we weren't seeing him, go through the lane and look athletic. In this game, we got to see him break down. He grabbed a rebound, broke down off the dribble, went through a foul for a dunk. We had not
that
seen
dunk,
that.
man. Yeah,
we did not see that earlier in the year. So he really is feeling, as if he's healthy. He's feeling like he's okay, and then he's knocking down the three ball, which alters how defenses can defend the Nuggets because of the spacing. If you put him in a corner and then he could also step into the dunker spot, now you have to defend and the gravity is just there. But it just opens up and it causes a release for Jokic when the double team comes. Causes a release for pick and rolls with Jamal Murray. So that's when the Nuggets are looking at their best, is when his game is open, and right now it looks open.
It's so true. Like, if you think about Nikola Jokic getting pancaked by Jared Vanderbilt and whatever other goon they want to put on him, that means somebody is going to be open from the perimeter, and that's going to either be Michael Porter Jr., Jamal Murray, Aaron Gordon, or
It's going to be like everybody else.
In the worst case, Christian Brown, but who can also shoot. But like, that is actually a lineup that you feel good to be able to punish doing such a gimmicky defensive scheme.
Yeah.
And, so you do feel good about that one of those guys being able to get hot each night.
He's going to get a lot of open shots in the playoffs. We know that, and it's great that he's hitting them like he is right now. Let's hit a quick break. We'll talk about some more guys on the Nuggets after this.
How about Game Time, helping you get into the hottest events at the last second for the best prices? And when I say events, that could be anything here in Denver. It's one of my favorite parts about living in Denver, is that it's just a smaller city for me, and that I can catch my space and breathe. I don't feel overwhelmed. But all the major acts are coming through, from comedy to music to the many professional sports teams we have here in downtown Denver. And when you use Game Time, you can get yourself in a great seat to see any of these great events or any of our favorite teams. You can use the Game Time Picks filter, which just filters out the fluff, so you don't have to worry about all that shop and compare stress. Just know you're getting the best deals with Game Time. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use code DNVR for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code DNVR for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price. That's a guarantee.
I'll be using Game Time for Rockies tickets this year.
Yeah, dude.
Well, you need it.
I'll probably use Game Time tomorrow if I go to March Madness.
I don't. Just so you guys know, the Rockies tickets are going to be very available, like at any point in time. But yes, you could use. Game
Time. At a certain point if you wait till the end of the year, Game Time, you go to buy a Rockies ticket, you push the buy button, and it just gives you money.
Yeah. It's like that U2 album they put on everyone's phones. You wake up one day, congrats, you have season tickets.
You can't get it off there.
Yeah.
God, I can't get these Rockies tickets off my phone.
Thanks so much.
Every day you're like, no!
How about Bet365, or it's never ordinary, except for our pregame bets, thanks to our friend Superstar DevDare on the other end of the couch. And we go live after every game. We go live before every game as well. 30 minutes of pregame, including some bets to round it out. Our pregame picks are always presented by Bet365, where it is never ordinary. They're an official partner of the Denver Nuggets and the Colorado Avalanche. And right now, when you sign up and deposit using code DNVR365, you're going to get some cool options, including the early payout offer, custom bets, custom DNVR bets. New customers now get $150 in bonus bets when you bet $5 win or lose. Sign up, use the code DNVR365, deposit $10, place a bet for $5 to get $150 in bonus bets. If your bet wins or loses, bonus bets can be used on the spread, totals, player props, futures, and more. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Must be 21 or older and physically located in Colorado. Please gamble responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply.
All right, we are back here on the DNVR Nuggets post-game lounge. We're presented by Bet365. Download the Bet365 app. Use code DNVR365. Deposit $10, place bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets. And breaking down this Nuggets loss, 120-108 to the Lakers. No Jokic, no Murray in this game. Michael Malone just had a quote after the game. Vic tweeted it out. Malone says, Jamal Murray is closer to returning than Nikola Jokic. Hope to have one or both back for the Portland game Friday night. Joker has been dealing with elbow and shoulder issues for a couple weeks now. Can I read into this quote a little bit? Yeah, and back and everything. Yeah. Probably Russ. Can I read into this quote a little bit?
Please.
And do a little bit of paraphrasing while you're at it.
Yeah, let's get some conjecture while we're at it.
I feel like the injuries reached a point with this team after the Wizards game, and maybe they just had this kind of come to Jesus moment of like, all right, we just have to like shut it down for a second. I think these guys could probably play if it really mattered, if it was the playoffs. And Denver was kind of treating it like that up until this recent stretch. You know, but you have that ugly win over the Lakers. You have that awful loss to the Wizards at home. And I wonder if Denver just like took a breath and said, we just got to stop for a second. Like, well, we just got to chill out.
Part of the reason why they lost to the Wizards was because neither Jamal or Jokic could do the final defensive possession. Like, they could not effectively
they really couldn't
guard because they could not move. So I even think it was like forget whatever our druthers are. Like, we have to do this.
Yeah.
Like, these guys, I really think Jokic is that banged up, man. I think the ankle, the shoulder, which hasn't even been on the injury report, but we know he's dealing with it. We've seen the wrap and, of course, the elbow. Like, that guy needs the rest.
They're definitely banged up, man.
Murray, I think, is different. Like, just to reiterate from the pregame show, Murray was off the injury report for that left knee inflammation, which we know comes and goes. Yep. I think we can put that back in the has gone category. It's the right ankle sprain now. Murray actually went to the floor twice, I hear, today to try and warm up. So I think he wants to play. I think it's just about ankle swelling there. Maybe different for Jamal. I'd be fine with resting Jokic another one if they feel the need to.
When I hear that quote, I hear Jokic is not playing Friday, but Jamal will be available. Yeah. That's what I hear. And you know what? I'm very cool with that. I'm okay with I want Jokic to rest. I want him to be, at his best, and that's him being not injured. Yeah. And he's dealing with multiple injuries right now. It's not just one thing. Like, he's dinged up, he's banged up. So, like, why not rest? And then you talked about it. It would have already been 5 days in between games. Why not push it to a full week? Let him, like, truly rest. I'm actually a little bit upset that he's on the flight, like, going away with the game. I wish he was just at home resting.
Right.
Or
they have
just,
Portland and Houston left on this road trip.
They're still on a road trip. I wish that he just was like, hey, get yourself together, get yourself right, because we're going to make a push and we're going to, go at it.
Yeah.
Because like you said, Harrison, I really do think that they would both be available if it was a playoff series. Sure. Yeah. But it's not. So, and there's no reason to push them this way. That's what the luxury is of winning that last game. It buys you a bit more time.
Right.
Where you don't have to, like, go all out to just try to secure a win. Like, the seeding doesn't matter as much as if you're there and then everybody's dead tired. We saw that last year. We've seen that in the past.
That's a good point.
It's a time to go away from that. So I'm okay with resting them.
Yeah. And I feel like this is going to be the mentality the Nuggets have the rest of the regular season.
This is called learning from your mistakes.
Yeah.
They made the mistake last year. They pushed very hard. They didn't even get the number one seed because of stupid Wembanyama, and it ruined everything. And they were too tired to complete a 20-point lead against the Timberwolves. It was all bad. So, but I agree. Like, I would categorize Jokic and Murray not as needing rest, but being injured. Definitely. Like, both are injured to the point, but they could push through, but they shouldn't push through. Like, they should be smart and get to the point where it's not a talking point anymore. Then it's just like, who's the better basketball player?
Right. Let's talk about PWat's game. He got the start tonight, and one of the guys in the spotlight with Jokic out. Aaron Gordon sliding to the 5. He starts at the 4. 12 points in 25 minutes. 5 of 8 from the floor. Did hit a 3. Couple rebounds, a couple assists, a block. What do we think of PWat's game, Dev?
I like that he played with fire. Like, there was fire in this game. He was the only one that was going at Luka. He did not care that Luka was Luka, and you need that, especially from a defensive anchor, especially from somebody who's supposed to be, Dennis Rodman, like, a guy that's just out there being crazy. I want that to be something that he fuels himself off of, and I hope that there's more of that. You could get Peyton Watson, Christian Brown just getting under the opposing team's skin and, like, just really being, the Bash Brothers or the Smash Brothers, whatever.
The Slash Bros.
The Slash Bros. Sorry, the Slash Brothers. I really wish that was something that they went into. He went 5 of 8 from the field. We got to see a dunk, a real dunk. Like, that was the athleticism that you need to see because we haven't been seeing him knock those down. So he had a 3-ball. He has some defensive plays that stand out in your head. Like, that block on Luka that got it all going, and then a little bit of trash talk. You need that from your young guy. So, like, I liked Peyton Watson in this game. This was not one that I'm frustrated with.
I thought in the second half, I'm sorry, Eric, did I cut you off? I thought in the second half, his defense was a big part of what was going well for Denver. Yeah. I wish there was more of that in the first quarter from everyone, including him. But, I mean, ultimately, I don't think this is like a PWat low-light tape by any means. You know what my one remaining, well, there's more than one, but my big frustration that popped up in this game is...
What's up?
When PWat's just like screaming in from the corner for the kind of dunker spot dump off he gets from Russ, you like with PWat, you just feel like, okay, here we go. He's got momentum coming in for the corner. This is going to be a big dunk. And like, he can't even get it to the rim, dude, you know? And those are just the one, they could just kind of confuse. His athleticism is confusing. With the right load up, he looks like...
It just seems like he should be a better finisher than he is.
Yeah, because with the right load up, he looks like a pterodactyl, man. Right. But then there are other times where it's like, if he mistimes his steps, he's not going to get to the rim. So those can be frustrating. But I thought his defense in the second half actually popped.
Yeah. And I loved how he got into it with Luka, man. Mm-hmm. Like Dev brought up. He was kind of going at Luka, and Luka was going at him. I think I saw... somebody like transcribed it, and Luke was like, dude, I had 20 in the first quarter. Like, he kind of pulled I have 47 brother on PWat. But I loved how Watson was talking trash and like aggressively trying to guard Luka and go at him. He was kind of the only one that showed any of that emotion or real fight. You know, I had a lot of starters tonight. Westbrook played hard, but I loved how PWat kind of got into it with Luka.
It was great. He took it right to his chest like 3 times, and it honestly,
chin, specifically,
it honestly changed Luka's game. Like if somebody did that early on to Luka, I don't know that he would have been so hot. Like,
right? I mean, yeah, Luka had the 20 points in the first quarter. Granted, like they didn't really need it, but he finished with 31.
But like if they were to play the Lakers again in a real game that actually mattered in the playoffs, you got to think like they would just get physical with Luka immediately. We saw when he doesn't feel anyone or feel anything, like it's like he just has fun out there. He just starts throwing it up. He goes in, incredible to watch. Like that guy is unbelievable, otherworldly. But it did change when people were just going at him and like really bringing pressure to him. And yeah, PWat was the only one that did it. Like there's obviously a lot to still wish for in his game. Like, you don't at all feel good when he's at the line. You don't feel good when he's in transition. You don't feel good when he's loading up to shoot a 3. But he kind of did all of those other things at a reasonable level tonight. But for me, it's just like you guys said. It was the attitude, like not being scared. I appreciate that very much.
Yeah. Michael Porter tonight, 12 points, 5 of 10 shooting. He was 1 of 5 from 3 Vogt. 3 steals, and like I know on the fast recap, did have a couple moments where he came out of, a couple scrums with 50-50 balls. What'd you think of Mike's game?
I thought his first half was fine, actually. I was like, in the live chat, people were freaking out. I thought his first half was fine. I liked his effort in the second quarter. The third quarter, to me, it was the disaster. Like, he looked afraid of the ball. That's the one that killed me. Is in the third quarter, you're like, okay, 13. Now go get the ball, Mike, and hit some shots. And you could see, like, he's just setting that screen so he can slip. And if he can't get that, he's just kind of hanging out. So I felt like, to me, it was the third quarter. It was like, yo, go get the ball. Right. Forget they should pass it to you. Go get it. And I thought he wanted nothing to do with it. And then, honestly, I thought his first half was good. But the third quarter was so bad that ultimately I understand, like, that's probably what people are thinking of.
It kind of felt like the Lakers keyed in on him, and they just kind of shut him out in that second half.
I agree. He didn't touch the ball till like 5 minutes left in the third.
And then didn't play the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you saw Michael Porter Jr. revert back to the old Michael Porter Jr. that like wanes when he's not getting the ball or things are not going
come on,
his
we
way.
need you to wax. Stop waning.
Like in the first half, he has some very good defensive moments where he was getting like put into some switches where he was like, okay, he was an active participant on switches, and I'm going to stay in front of the guy.
And he got switched on to Luka I mean, if Luka had like 20 scoring possessions in the first quarter, he got switched on to Luka on 15 of them, you know?
Yeah, and yeah, they were making sure that
Every
he was
time.
in a lot of the actions, but he answered the call. But then when the shots stopped falling, he was like, "Okay, I'm gonna just sit in the corner. Or I'm gonna take a couple of tough shots."
Yeah.
And it just did not go his way. And then that's when the bad started coming, and then it just kept going from there. You want to continue to see him be aggressive offensively, especially in nights that you don't have a Jamal, especially on nights you don't have a Jokic. You're supposed to be the guy that like takes those type of shots. Everything shouldn't have went through Aaron Gordon. You also are a guy that should, be the guy. Like, show that you're a max contract type of player. So like that's where the frustration comes with Michael Porter Jr. is when he doesn't believe in himself, then he just doesn't become part of the game plan. And then there's no point in playing him.
What scared me about MPJ tonight is what happened in the first quarter. And it's not even because his defense was that bad. Because I thought it was, he did get burned a couple times by Luka, but overall,
Everyone did.
Yeah,
They
like
took turns
overall, you
getting
can't
burned.
be that mad about it individually. But what scared me is just like, so in the playoffs, teams are just going to be back to targeting MPJ every single possession.
I honestly don't think it's about. I don't think you try to get Mike on an island. I think you just run a screen, and he can't keep up with the action. Like Luka can pull Mike out onto an island and score every time. Like I want nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
Even as a Mike defender, I honestly don't even think the best way to hunt Mike is to pull him into ISO. Like I think it's just make Denver play team defense. They're the worst rotating team in the league.
Right.
Like,
They
he's a
really
big-
are.
And he's a big part of
Make
it, which
Mike
is my
help on
point.
the weak
Like,
side. Like,
Right.
That's
yeah.
I agree with you. That might be it, but Luka and the Lakers
In this matchup,
what Luka wants to do is get the switch.
No,
I agree.
And like that's what they did every single time. And
I agree.
again, like Mike did what he could. He got blown by a couple of times. He had a good contest on some. Luka hit some ridiculous shots, but it was just a reminder to me of like, if they're in this type of matchup, like
Yeah, that's a good point.
against the Thunder, for example, or the Doncic-led Lakers. They're just going to try to get Mike every time. And
Don't
it's
say
like,
that.
sucks.
Don't say that. They'll also target Jamal. It won't just be Mike. Come on. It was funny though. There were like 3 sequences in a row where Luka first torched AG, and then he torched Christian, and then he torched Mike.
He was torching
everyone gets
Like
some, yeah.
it was like, all right, you think you can beat that guy? What about this guy? And he's like, yeah, no problem. Totally sucked. I cannot believe that MPJ cannot. Why do I trust Aaron Gordon's 3-point shot more than I trust Michael Porter Jr.?
Because Aaron Gordon is shooting 46% from
But
three.
why
And
is Michael Porter Jr. not shooting 46%?
And also, all of AG's shots are kind of wide open. That's the other thing too.
It's
That's-
the type of shots that they
Even
that they're
still,
taking.
MPJ should still be shooting it better than Aaron Gordon, but AG's shots are wide open.
That is part
They
of it.
are, but still, I swear
I'm
to
with you
Christ,
still.
It's a down year for Mike from
it
three.
really is. Like,
From three, there's
it's
no doubt.
crazy. I don't understand why. I'm to the point now where I don't expect it to go in, and that is crazy because he's truly one of the most gifted shooters I've ever seen.
He is shooting 40% from 3 this year. That's pretty much his career
It's
average.
down to 39.
But it's felt.
Oh, we have to break. Yeah.
We're like 3 minutes.
No, I look. I feel like it's a down year from 3 for Mike for sure. Two
It's
years in
felt.
a row where it's felt a little less reliable than it used to.
All right, let's hit a break, and we will be right back.
Thank you for that reminder, Kale. Hey, right now, if you're feeling lucky, and how could you not be?
Yeah, dude.
How could you not be feeling lucky after
Dude, I
watching
got a
that game?
sunshine on my window today, you know?
The Denver Nuggets scratch off lottery is now available, and you can get your hands on the limited edition $5 Denver Nuggets scratch game. There's an overall top prize of $50,000, which, as far as I know, is still out there and up for grabs on account of we tried to win it.
It was not one on the show.
We tried to win it with the first 2 tickets they issued.
duds.
Wasn't on there, so you can still win it. Overall, there are 25
You did win
$5,000.
$5 back.
I did win $5 back, which was enough
Not
to
even
buy.
back. You didn't.
No, it was enough to
Did
buy.
they make you pay $5 for the ones that we showed on?
No,
the
we
stream?
got those for free.
So we're up 5, bro.
Oh, we are. But did you buy another one with your $5?
That's exactly what we did.
And
with
probably
it.
all.
Yep, 100%. But listen, here's the deal.
What
Overall,
man.
there are 25 $5,280 prizes depending on the brand connection to the Nuggets. Or, I'm sorry, deepening the brand connection to the Nuggets, because I don't know if you guys have heard.
Deep in that brand connection.
5280, right? It's perfect if you're a Nuggets fan or a Scratch fan, and it's available now, and it's only $5. So if that's something you're trying to do, go ahead and get it done.
I'm going to do this.
Play the Denver Nuggets scratch game.
I used to, I had a job that I didn't like at all. And I would go at lunch all the time and just buy a scratch chicken and be like, dear God, please whisk me away. But it was not Denver Nuggets themed. I feel like this is going to give me the rocket booster.
We've got to have some good karma with the Denver Nuggets lottery ticket.
I think so.
And let's move on to a group of people. No one's more proud to have their name all over this Nuggets performance than our friends at Red Hawk Roofing, who of course sponsored our watch party, sponsored our big takeaways, and indeed do get this mid-roll read. Shout out Red Hawk Roofing.
Somebody's singing down at the bar right now. It might be Red Hawk Roofing.
Denver's best roofers have joined the DNVR team. We even saw them on the Nuggets broadcast. You've probably seen them on the Nuggets broadcast. He's shouting too. Here's the thing.
Hey, Gaston, shut up!
The best part is his name too is so good. All right, I'm gonna try to concentrate.
Red Hawk Roofing, they're the homies. Home, office, business, whatever it might be. If you have any roofing needs, just call these guys up. Tell them we sent you. They'll be like, "Oh, DNVR sent you. All right, we'll hook it up."
They're like,
They'll
fine.
give you the best business around.
They're like, fine. The roof is free. Just for
they
mention.
won't say that.
Oh, where's the fine print?
They still have to pay for their advertising on
Oh,
DNVR.
here's the fine print. Roofs are not free.
They're not free. And you want to send someone up there to look at it for you and trust that they're not going to take advantage of you. And once you've sent them up there for the minor repairs, you can trust them going forward. Maybe the next time a major repair props up for either your home or your business, you can trust the homies at Red Hawk Roofing. So go ahead and go to redhawkroofing.com. Because supporting your local teams also means supporting local businesses. You can also call them at 720-771-8921 and tell them we, DNVR, sent you.
You know, it's possible that a raccoon could burrow into your roof and make a little home up there, fill it full of trash.
I feel like that
save it
happens.
for later. Happens all the time. Red Hawk Roofing comes in. They're like, hey, trash buddy. That could be us. Any one of us on the set here tonight. Bunch of trash eating raccoons. That's us.
There you go. Welcome back in to the DNVR Nuggets podcast, represented by Bet365. Download the app. Use code DNVR365 when you sign up. Let's hit on a couple more guys from the starters here. Pause.
How many more guys are you going to hit on?
Russell Westbrook, 12 points, 9 assists in this game, 3 turnovers. Thought he was a little erratic at times, both with the shot and kind of his passing. Had a couple ugly turnovers. Overall, played hard, though, played aggressive. I'm not going to fault him too much for this one. Christian Braun, 10 points in his return, coming off an injury. I'll talk about him for a second, though. I don't like how he's passing up threes right now. I noticed it tonight. I feel like I noticed it a little bit in the last game he played. He's another guy who's going to be wide open from three a lot in the playoffs. He shot it well this year, a step up from last year. It seems like he's got more confidence in it, but he passed up a couple tonight. I don't know if, the injury wasn't feeling good or whatever, but I would have liked to see him be a little more aggressive with his shot.
Yeah, just to stick on the three-point shooting. Like, these are the games. This is a prime opportunity for you to show, like, I could shoot the three ball, and it's okay for you to miss some shots right now. You were down big. The defense was giving you the shot. It's time for you to take them because you're going to have those same opportunities when Jokic is there. Yeah. You're going to have the same opportunities when Jamal is there. And every single defensive game plan is going to be to let you shoot the ball, especially when you look at him, Michael Porter Jr. and Aaron Gordon, Michael Porter Jr. is a good shooter. Like, he's in a funk right now. Aaron Gordon is shooting well right now, and they're going to dare both of you guys to shoot it. So you got to be the guy. So this is an opportunity for you to showcase that, or at least to see, like, okay, I just need to see a couple of them fall. This was also a game that Christian Braun was not trying to score in. And he's a starter. Like, you should be out there getting shots up. You should be out there trying to take over and exploring your game a little bit. But, like, he right now is so limited. He's not taking threes. He's not getting fast break opportunities because they're not able to grab the rebound from the center and throw the outlet passes.
Right.
So, like, the only time he was scoring is on rebounds, coast-to-coast, shots. That can't be your game. That's not what it's going to be for the Nuggets. So this is the time to do what you're supposed to do, and that's shoot the three ball and get downhill.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, this was, he was off the night before. He just didn't look very confident. It's a weird game to really truly analyze anybody's game.
I know.
But I will say, in a game where I was very happy watching Peyton Watson take it personally and go at Luka and start talking smack to him, Christian Brown didn't look very confident or very comfortable, just kind of eating trash with the rest of us. Just a heaping.
Wasn't down for it. Yeah.
He wasn't down, man.
Let's hit the bench real quick. Pickett finished with 14 points in this game.
Bro,
Jalen
he was
Pickett,
hot
4-6
from
from three. He led
cooking.
that fake comeback in the fourth quarter.
Hell yeah, dude.
Spencer Jones again played big minutes, 29 minutes in this game. Vlatko Čančar was in the rotation as well, 22 points, just 2 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists though for him in those minutes. Any of those guys you guys want to talk about?
I think it's hilarious that when Michael Malone gets a new toy, how much he plays with that new toy.
Fired up, Gil!
He sees Spencer Jones right now, and he's like, it's so intriguing.
Yeah.
I'm going to play him as much
what
as
I would
can.
have done if I had this guy on my roster all season.
I know.
Really, he likes it, especially those two-way guys. He's like, I'm going to play him more than
I can play this guy.
I'm going to play him more than another guy that's on contracts. Don't give me Zeke Naji. Don't give me Dario Saric. I'm going to go with Spencer Jones, who's on a two-way contract, to play 29 minutes. No, none of those other guys have had a game like that. I just don't feel like there's many Zeke games of 30 minutes. But he likes Spencer Jones and what he's bringing for you, and I think it's because of the physicality. He makes mistakes, but he's okay with the mistakes because he's playing so hard. He's aggressive, so he's shooting it. He's trying to showcase his, the 3-point shot. It's not there. He doesn't care. I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna just start trying different shots. This game was straight hooks, and then he found some success there and he kept it going. But
Can we talk about the floater?
that's what I'm saying. It was a
The
hook.
full
It was a hook
extension
floater.
But
Is that a hook? It's
yeah,
it's
kind of
It's
like
actually insane.
kind of just dunks it in, right?
Strother's floater comes from here. It's from the chest. Spencer Jones
Top
Don't
of
you
the
have to be?
shot.
Don't you have to be
It's
moving?
insane.
Don't you have to be moving forward for it to be a floater? Because he's going straight up and just going whoop.
I know it's different.
Yeah,
it's
maybe
like
we
a
should call it
floater
a-
in beer
It's
pong.
like a
He's playing beer pong.
shot, type of.
It's like a hook
Yeah,
shot.
it is a
Beer pong shot.
Beer pong
Oh
shot.
yeah, dude. It's
Well, you don't want elbows for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just like you're in a phone booth. You know?
Look, at no point do I think the 3-point shot is falling at
No.
all. I
Yeah,
don't
it
care
doesn't
what
look
you guys
great.
say
You can't show
about
me
him in
any
the G
number
League.
you want.
There's nothing
I
there.
swear he's shooting 40% from 3 in the G League.
He
And
is.
I
but it
promise you,
doesn't-
you're lying. But I do like the energy for him. I like what he brings. It is just fun to root for him.
Yeah, I agree.
He plays hard, man. He plays with energy. He's giving it his all out there.
what else are you going to be? There's nothing else to be enamored by at this stage in a game where you're obviously not going to win right from the get go. Let's have a little fun. Let's see what our main man, Rapid Man, can do for us. He's fun. I like it. I really like him as a player. I really like the energy. I really like the effort. I really like the IQ. He's not good on the team defense right now because
He got baited by Luka and Austin Reeves.
again there's a lot of
Bad.
baiters on the team. They are the masters.
They are
They
master.
They are the masters. They bait everybody, especially when they're alone. And the thing is that
At home, too.
at home or
Yeah.
maybe the restroom on a
Dog,
public
he's shooting
in a public
50%
street.
from three.
I
I'm not-
told you.
I'm not gonna believe that.
Bro,
It's on no shot. attempt.
5-0.
Is
5-0.
the G League line isn't closer than
Hang
the
on,
NBA line,
hang on.
right?
Forget
It's
the
the same
line.
distance.
Hang on.
correct?
Forget the
taking-
line. It has to be a bigger rim.
Dev, what did you say
Bigger
about attempts?
basket. Yeah, it must be bigger basket.
It has to be on
Yeah.
one attempt a game.
It is
I'm-
6.5 attempts per game.
I'm
It's a
convinced.
closer line, though, right?
I'm convinced that the G League has heard the criticisms that the WNBA always hears, and they have a smaller ball and a shorter rim.
Yeah.
Everything I know is that
They
if
just
you go to
didn't
the
tell
G
anybody.
League, if you score 2 points in the NBA, it means you are a 50-point scorer in the G League. That's all I know.
That must be how Isaiah Thomas always scores 40
Yeah,
points
dude,
a
It said
game.
that Bronny averages 20.
3-point line is the same distance.
Kale, I was completely joking. But thank you for
Honestly,
looking
thanks
that
for
up.
looking
verified
it up.
that.
Thank you, thank you for fact checking
This
that.
is why
though.
we have a research staff.
Yes, thank you. Can you check the ball circumference next?
We're certain the ball is smaller. Can
You don't
convert-
have to check.
And the rim. Is it as high? Is it as tall?
9.5 feet.
I like Spencer Jones. I like him. He's good. He's
I like
a good
him
player,
too.
man.
I like him too.
And this is like
I've been enjoying it.
This is one of these fun end of the year stories that you can feel good about. And it just also to a guy like Zeke or to a guy like PWat or guys that like are really have been waiting to get the opportunity to show their stuff, show their mettle. You see a guy like that come in, it like makes you, I'm sure, be like, oh my God, I have to work harder than this other guy that's scrapping and working for minutes. So it's great.
Yeah. My last note from the box score, Zeke Naji had a game to forget today, even though he was only a -1.
We won't let him do it. Let's go.
0 points, 10 minutes. Here's the only thing I'll say. On the watch along, we were like, man, Zeke, a couple really bad games in a row. These have been the old Zeke games. And then I realized, oh, he's not playing with Yoke.
And playing 5.
And playing his wrong position. I mean, I don't think that told us anything we don't know about Zeke Naji, but he's got to be playing the 4 with Yoke in somewhat real basketball. And he just doesn't look good in these situations.
Dude, I don't know how you get 6 shots up in 10 minutes. Like, he was just gutting while he was out there. And the last shot is the one that I know did it for me, fans, and Michael Malone. He went and, like, the effort wasn't there. He got it blocked. And then he just stopped playing. Didn't even get back. He was just, like, frustrated there. And I'm like, yo, how did this happen? He missed the layup attempt. That's what it was. Missed the layup. I'm like, okay, come on, Zeke. He has to find what his calling is or, like, what he's going to focus on, and that has to be what he's doing. It can't be trying to do everything. He's not going to be able to shoot the 3 ball and rebound. And, he has to have one thing that he goes for. I think it should be defense because he's such a versatile defender, and, he moves his feet well and things like that. But I just feel like he has so much that he's trying to prove and do right now that it becomes overwhelming, and then you see these type of performances. It wasn't horrible, like, for the team when he was out there. I feel like they actually went on a run, but he didn't help extend the lead, like, with miss shot after miss shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, he stunk. He was terrible. He was absolutely terrible. This is the worst Zeke game in the longest time. The Zeke-assance is off. It's done. It's over. Just kidding.
Hang on. He logged minutes, though, right? Because I really only care about one Zeke stat
dude.
right now.
There's only one meaningful Zeke stack that we're all following.
We'll follow up soon enough. There's another update.
But truly, I mean, listen, we pointed this out. Like, we're like, man, why does Zeke look so inept? Like, he can't get anything done. We're like, oh, right, he's not playing with Jokic.
Exactly.
Like, just to be poof right back into a pumpkin. Yeah. But I still believe in Zeke. I still believe he's got, as Dev so astutely points out, he's got the defensive chops.
Yep.
That's what we need out of him. We need block shots. We need him to stay in front. We need perimeter defense. And, if he can get a couple threes off that maybe graze the rim, maybe even go in, then that's gravy, and it just changes the dynamic. But, it was brutal.
Yeah. Let's go to Super Chats, and then maybe we'll hit a little ATA. Real quick, though, I know we got a lot of people in here watching the post-game show. We got a lot of people watching the watch-along tonight as well. If you want to support us here at DNVR, we love the Super Chats, of course. The best way to support us, though, is by becoming a DNVR diehard. There's a link right now in the show notes where you can do it. You can go to thednvr.com. You can read Brendan Vogt's articles, including the feature he just had on Aaron Gordon and his great shooting. You get a free shirt. You get so many perks, and we thank you guys so much for the support. If you really want to support us, though, this is the best way. Not a ton of money every month. If you interact with our content, it pays for itself quickly. So please become a diehard. Best way to support us, like I said. And, let's go to Super Chats.
Let's go to Super Chats. Brandon Sims. Luka's first quarter was hotter than the Palisades.
Oh, yikes.
Damn. And Brandon's from California, too.
Woo!
Really
Just to be
hot.
clear, even though Brendan read that, he did not say it.
Right. We are contractually obligated to read these.
It's really the worst part.
yeah.
If you're trying to get me fired, this is how you do it. Dusty old Cowtown. LOL. Am I a sicko for being here? Yeah, our favorite kind. A trash-eating sicko. A+ fourth quarter effort. Says Dusty old. Hey, sure. You know what? I did like the effort from the third stringers. It doesn't amount to anything, but I did. Josh Barnett from Down Under. My mouth tastes like a wheelie bin right now.
A what?
Raccoon,
A wheelie bin.
raccoon.
It's
Is
a
that trash
dumpster.
can?
That's
Yes.
trash, yeah.
Again,
A wheelie bin?
Don't make me flex this again. The bin chicken. It's the ibex.
Was I
It's
here
a
for this?
trash-eating bird. It's all in Australia.
I don't think I was
They call
here
it a
for
wheelie
this.
bin.
It's tough to like you make up your own English language, but it's like the third one. There's just like not a lot of stuff left.
Well,
you know what I
Really
mean?
been.
But I'll tell you, the worst one is the first one.
It's
British
so
English
true.
is the worst
That's
one.
so true.
They have the worst words for everything.
I actually think Australians might have the best.
They
GGX
totally do.
Gang HQ. Hate to say it, but CB is not what the starting five needs for offense and defense. He's not guarded as a 3-point shooter, and he gets cooked by guards like AR consistently.
He's got to be better defensively.
I agree with that.
Absolutely.
The defense
His
has been my
defense has
disappointment.
kind of dropped here recently, it feels like.
That's one thing I really hope is different in the playoffs for him. 5-5-5-5-5-5-ish. It's so close, I can almost taste it. 507 minutes down, 11 seconds down. Only 47 minutes
Oh
and
my gosh.
49 seconds
Hold
left.
on. I
So
can taste it. It tastes
5-5-5.
like garbage.
We split 2 tough games on the road without Jokic and Murray. I'll take it. Hey, that's a good perspective.
Yeah, good perspective.
Brandon Sims again. I love watching with the fellas, but
love
we
you,
here in
Brandon.
California, so we're not fellas tonight. We Cal pals.
Ooh, Cal Pals, Cal Pals, Cal Pals, Cal Pals. I love it.
And just full on flex here from Brandon. I'm dating a VP at Meta. She makes money, and she's treating me to Nuggets Warriors April 4th. Courtside, hashtag Cal Pals.
Yo, Brandon, wear a DNVR shirt
Yeah, dude.
if you're a real diehard.
One more from Brandon. One last spicy nugget. My mom was Christian Brown's
What?
first grade
Who
teacher.
is this guy?
Shout out Cottonwood Point Elementary, Overland Park,
Bro,
Kansas.
Cal Pals.
Hashtag
dude.
Cal Pals.
Okay, here's...
I need to know Braden's
I gotta dip into conspiracy corner. Is Brandon an industry plant? Shows up out of nowhere, starts super chatting like crazy.
Is our best friend.
Now is showing up courtside to Nuggets games and might know Christian Brown's
He's our
first
number,
grade.
and plus he's our number one Cal Pal.
And his mom was Christian Brown's first grade teacher.
He's like my second cousin.
industry plant.
yeah, dude. Is he Dochi? Dude,
Cedric Exquisite gets the final word. Who cares? Let's get him around 1 or 2. Good night, Vogt and people.
Thanks to the super chats, guys. We have true sickos in the chat tonight.
2
Toyota
votes
chat.
/ people.
Should we hit some around the association? This
Yeah,
might
dude.
be a
Yeah,
good night for
let's
it.
do it.
Oh, bro, something to bring up the vibe.
Yeah, I
dude.
can't talk about this game any longer.
All right, we're just gonna go on a couple of West Coast teams that
Please.
got some dubs tonight.
Okay.
In a very, very, very random win of the night, the
Lakers.
San Antonio Spurs get the win 120-105 over the New York Knicks. The New York Knicks are without Jalen Brunson, but again, it is the San Antonio Spurs. They have OG, Josh Hart, Karl Anthony Towns, Mikal Bridges,
Yeah.
Miles McBride. They have guys over there. They should be winning games. They did not win this game because what is his name? Somebody had to tell me how to say it because I don't know how to say it.
Fukushili.
Wembenyama? Oh. Mamu Kalashvili.
34 points,
Seton Hall legend, go Pirates.
Summer League legend, too.
19 minutes, 34 points in 19
Yo,
minutes.
that
Shout
doesn't
out
even make
973.
sense.
He went 13 of 14
Brick
from
City.
the field, 7 of 7 from 3-point line.
So hold on. Here, let me
He
translate
did that all in the
this.
fourth quarter, by the way.
Let me translate this for you. Somebody was hotter than Luka was tonight.
Condensed into
Yeah.
19 minutes.
He was hotter than Luka was.
You guys want to think about all the crash outs you have had because the Knicks, by the way, very similar. Of like almost looks like a good team, but they keep losing these games. They can't beat the best teams.
Oh, man. I've never heard of a team
You
like
want
that
to talk about the
before.
crash outs we've had over the years, dude? The no De'Aaron Fox or Wemby Mamu Spurs.
I mean, the Ewing theory coming to light here more and more, D-line.
Oh my goodness, dude. Is Mama Fukushili
Mamu Fuku.
is Mamu Fuku a more winning style basketball player than Victor
Morimoto.
Wembanyama? Does he play more winning basketball than Victor Wembanyama? Hard to say no at this moment.
That stuff is wild. To keep bouncing around the association, the Thunder get a win 133-100 over the Sixers. And yes, I know that the Sixers are horrible.
No,
right
they're
now.
beyond horrible. They
But
actually
also, when you look at the Thunder, they really do have vibes, and they're playing extremely well. But they have so many guys on their team. They're very deep.
they are deep, but whatever. We beat them last
So
time.
what was going on with this game, though, was they were both trying to lose. Like Philadelphia, obviously, their pick is top 6 protected, so they have to be in the bottom 6 to keep their pick. But the funny thing is, the team who owns their pick is the Thunder. So the pick goes to the Thunder. If
The Thunder did a really bad job trying to lose.
I don't think they're
smashed that.
trying to lose, but yeah, it is.
They both had reason
It's
to.
interesting. Aaron Wiggins had 26 points in this game. Isaiah Joe 21.
Good God.
Chat 19. Jalen Williams, not that Jalen Williams, the big one.
I like
The
him.
bad
19 points.
He's Boris Diaw
17
reincarnated.
rebounds, 11 assists.
Yeah.
You said the bad one.
Yeah. That's
How
not
does the
scary.
Jalen Williams?
Well, I like both Jalen Williamses, but the bad one, this Jalen Williams, he's the guy who hit those 3-corner threes on the Nuggets.
On a 3.
He had a That's a monster triple double.
Whatever.
That's a Jokic like stat line.
He's not even the best Jalen
He
Williams.
shot
on his own
7 of
team.
11 too.
The other was an all-star.
The Pelicans got a win over the Minnesota Timberwolves, 119 to 115.
That's another team.
What a
that's
weird night in the
What
association.
a weird win. Zion Williamson.
What is this league?
late
29
March. It's late
points.
March.
When Zion plays, Zion destroys.
It's so
It's
true.
like a real He's actually good.
He
but
played
it's
against the
so
Nuggets. He didn't
many-
look very good.
Yeah, but he's damn good now. Like, it was just back then.
Yeah,
Also,
but if he
you
doesn't
know
have
who
Aaron
else
Gordon
looks
on it.
very good against the Nuggets?
The Lakers.
Minnesota. Every single time.
They're
And
only built to
they
beat
just
the
couldn't
Nuggets.
Beat them. They're built just for the Nuggets. Anthony Edwards had 29 points. Julius Randle has 17. He continues to score, but they didn't get much else here.
See that game from Bruce Brown? I forgot he was even on the Pelicans. 15 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists
I
off
forgot he
the
was
bench.
on the Pelicans too.
I know, right?
That's
Yeah, I didn't even look for that. I didn't look for that.
I mean, yeah, why would you look at the Pelicans bench?
The Kings win 123 to 119 over the Cleveland
What?
Cavaliers.
What is happening?
And the Cavs, they had their players, or they had players. Mobley played, Donovan Mitchell. Like, they played with their... Garland was the only one that didn't play.
It's like shocking. This is like their 3rd loss of the year. We're like, what the hell?
Sabonis is not playing for the Kings. They're still... I mean, not still, but they got a win there, and that is a very improbable win. DeMar DeRozan had 27 points to lead their scores. But
Cavs just lost to Orlando too, right? So this may be their first real take the foot off
they're
the
actually
gas. a little
going...
bit.
You know, they're dropping a little bit. A win that was good for the Nuggets, but also looking into the future. I don't know how good. Portland gets the win over the Grizzlies, so that's a very good win for the Nuggets because you know the Grizzlies are right there in the mix, 115 to 99. Portland has some. They got some good wins under their belt. this
Yeah.
They're
year.
like the best bad team we've had in a long time.
Yeah.
with this.
Well,
like
that's
looking
the Nuggets' next opponent.
Looking at the Grizzlies, what's up with Ja Morant? Like, it feels like he's always hurt or
Yeah.
on the bench. Like, it doesn't feel like he's available a lot of times.
Weird year.
It
Weird
is a
year.
very awkward
Weird. It's been a
year for-
weird stretch. Last
Couple
year
of
included.
years,
It's
it's
been a
true,
weird
yeah.
stretch for Ja.
By the way, Nuggets Memphis in the 4-5 right now. I mean, it's all going to move again, but they're in the 4-5
Ja,
right now.
Babylon, Zion.
Advia had 31 points, 16 rebounds, 8 assists. That is a stat
Good
line.
player.
That is a stat line. He's damn good.
He's on one of the best contracts in the NBA.
Plus 27.
Yeah.
And then to finish us off, Phoenix Suns get a win over the Chicago Bulls.
Wow, that's a game. Everyone,
That's an all-city trash
that's
off.
a game we were winning to.
Yeah.
Our people may have been the only people watching that game.
I know.
Devin Booker had 41 in that game.
Oh wow!
Oh, yeah.
Good
Yeah,
for him.
good job, dude.
So
Very
good.
Maybe,
good.
Yeah.
for- maybe he should
Way to
have had
turn it
another
on when
first
it
round pick.
matters.
All right. Do we have any more super chats here?
Yeah, a couple more.
Okay, let's hit those and then wrap up here. Couple came in last minute.
And they are from JVW. Was at the game tonight. No expectations. Made it interesting for me to focus on the little things.
Nice.
Takeaway, Gordon is ready for the playoffs.
Yes, he is. That's the correct and only real takeaway from tonight's game.
Then he says Lakers
Hey,
have
that
zero
was
offensive
our big
process
takeaway.
without LeBron. Lakers fans don't know ball.
They don't know ball. They know. I mean, whatever.
And Josh Barnett from down under.
I knew Josh Burnett was going to get a super chat after you called them the
The bin chickens.
bin chickens. Yeah.
That's an Australian
everybody
accent,
knows
by the
that
way.
the Ben Chickens always brings over Josh Barnett's.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
Down under. Yeah.
All right, well, here we go. This is Josh. Fourth time Eric talks bin chickens. No one remembers.
fire enough, kill. Dude, I'm the rapid man of bin chicken references.
Guys, thanks for hanging out with us in the Losers Lounge in the Toyota chat. It's been real, man. A lot of hours
been
on
so
the internet
real.
tonight.
It's been so
We
real.
Maybe one
enjoyed
too
every
many.
minute of it. We'll talk to you guys on Friday.
Eat trash. I love you.
It's the big games tomorrow.
We all silly like the mayor.